Hello, everyone. Hello, greetings, and hi, as a former professor of mine used to say. Welcome to English 242, American Literature since 1865. So glad to have you. So glad you're in this course. I am your instructor, Dr. James Altman. Please go ahead and call me Dr. Altman. Don't y'all worry. I don't have PhD disease. If anything, it's a reminder to myself of how much work it took for me to get the PhD. I've also made a separate short video with some more information about who I am, my journey up till now, and kind of how I perceive things, literature and life. I do encourage you to watch it so you'll know where I'm coming from. For today, though, let's move on to what I imagine you're most interested in. Course expectations, course requirements, and the grading scale. Remember, our course textbook is the Norton Anthology of American Literature, 8th edition, volumes C, D, and E. Additional text may be posted in Web Campus for this section of English 242 and/or distributed over email or Canvas. As you can hopefully see in the left-hand column of the Course Expectations PowerPoint, I expect you to attend every class meeting. I understand life happens, but even in an online environment where you can look back at videos like this, it really is important to attend every class meeting if at all possible. I think you'll come to agree that doing so makes it a lot easier to participate in discussions. This will not only help you academically in this course, but hopefully help you have quite a bit of fun, which everyone needs, it seems to me. Mind you, in order to do that, not only do you have to read everything, but you have to take careful notes. Believe you me, you will not remember everything you read in this course. As much as I believe in memorizing everything you can, I don't expect you to memorize everything. That means your notes are going to be very important, because while you'll be able to refer back to the videos and stuff, your notes are where you will start to make the connections that will make the material mean something to you. I expect you to take your writing seriously, whatever form it may take. Honestly, why wouldn't you? I mean, it's yours. It's your way to express whatever it is you see going on in what we're reading and what we're discussing. Your perspective matters. I can't emphasize that enough. At the same time, as much as your perspective matters, it does not matter any more than that of any of the rest of your classmates. That is why I expect you to be respectful of others, especially if you don't agree with something someone else put forward. It doesn't take effort to be respectful of an idea you like and agree with. You have to break a sweat sometimes to be respectful of a point of view with which you do not agree. That, to me, is one of the defining characteristics of an adult, which all of you are. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in this class. Throughout this course, I can pretty much guarantee you're going to have questions. Here's the thing. I'm not a mind reader. I've applied to be one, but they won't let me know where the meetings are. Consequently, if there's something you want to know or something you don't understand, you really do need to let me know. In my book, the only stupid question is the one you don't ask. Likewise, it's been my experience, the question you don't ask will be the one you wish you had. Moving on now to the right-hand column of the Course Expectation PowerPoint. You can expect me to value everything you say and write in this course. I may not always agree with what you say and or write, or see it from the same viewpoint you do, or whatever. Nevertheless, if you say it or write it in this course, it is valuable whatever it is, and I will treat it as such. One of the best ways I know to show that I value what you have to say is to respond, especially to your writing. That may take the form of written comments on written work, typed or spoken responses during discussions, written or spoken comments in office hours, or any combination thereof. As far as I'm concerned, that depends on what you need and what makes you comfortable. I don't know about you, but I freaking hate busy work. Even more than that, I hate thinking that I'm just going through the motions of doing whatever. I can tell you right now, if I hate doing something, I'm not going to make you do it unless I absolutely can't avoid it, like administratively, you know? Now, the best way I know to avoid feeling like something is busy work, or you're just going through the motions, is to make sure that everything you turn in will receive a grade of some kind. Now, just to be clear, some things like 10-minute writings or discussion questions might just receive pass-fail. But in every case, everything will count to some extent or other. All right. Now that I've said everything will count to some extent or other, you're likely wondering how much anything is going to count. Well, let's take a look. This information is actually on your syllabus as well, by the way. Make sure to review the syllabus carefully. All right, there's 300 points possible in the course. 2 exams, 30 points each, 60 points total, 20% of the total. Those will be various types of questions, multiple choice, fill in the blank, short answer, essay, in some combination or other. Tests and final exams will deal with what we cover. Be aware, on the quizzes and exams, any assigned material up to that point is fair game, whether or not we've had time to discuss it in class. Also be advised that in addition to what is covered in our textbook, we will also discuss, and I will also test on, some material not found in the text. Do not assume that every answer is in your textbook. One 8 to 10 page research essay, 45 points, 15% of the total. It'll be based on one or more of the works we read in one or more of the volumes of our textbook. The research essay cannot be based on any supplementary text. 5 2 to 3 page response papers, 9 points each, 45 points total, 15% of the total. These will be based on what we read in our textbook for each class meeting. You have freedom of choice as to what you would like to respond to. The only caveat is, unless specified, you cannot respond to something once we have read it. That being understood, you can certainly mention something we have previously read in a response paper you're writing about a particular meeting's text. Okay? Discussion post responses and reflections totaling 15 points or 5% of the total. One of the things that will be important as a part of this course is discussion. Periodically, I'll post discussion questions, which hopefully will stimulate a lot of ideas for everyone. Along with those, when you do a response paper, please post a condensed version of your response to which your classmates can respond. Over the course of the semester, please respond to 5 of your classmates' posts. You can certainly respond to more if you would like. Included with these, please include a reflection of what you think is gained or lost going between modalities when talking about text about which you decided to write the response paper. I suspect that you will find that that actually sounds like a lot heavier lift than it actually is. If you're anything like me, once your ideas start coming, you will hardly be able to keep them from coming out. Letters to authors and presentation, totaling 30 points or 10% of the total. Over the course of the semester, you will choose 2 of the authors we are reading about and write a letter to each of them. You can choose additional authors and write additional letters if you wish. These are separate from your reading responses. I don't mean for these to be terribly prescriptive. Think about putting yourself in the shoes of your chosen authors. Think about what you would want to know about why they wrote what they wrote, why they wrote in the way they did, what other roads they could have gone down but didn't, what the background influences for them were, connections between their works, anything like that. Near the end of the semester, you will give a short, that is 5 to 7 minute presentation on one or both of your chosen authors and what you found. Okay, quizzes, totaling 30 points or 10% of the total. There will be quizzes over the course of the semester. Be aware on quizzes and exams, any assigned material up to that point is fair game, whether or not we've had time to discuss it in class. Now, don't stress too much over that. I'm confident that if you attend class regularly and pay close attention to the readings, lectures, and discussions, you should really have no serious trouble with the quizzes. I don't mean to be mysterious about that. I detest pop quizzes. You will know when a quiz is coming up. I just think that it's easier and more useful to use quizzes only when they can do the most good. Okay, essay draft, 15 points or 5% of the total. If you're anything like me, the first draft of anything you write is probably fairly good, but not precisely what you'd like it to be. Also, if you're anything like me, having an idea if you're on the right track or not is important. That's where the draft and peer review come in. Even though the draft peer review only counts for a few points, I speak from experience that students who take it seriously almost always do better on the research essay than those who don't. To that end, if you do not have a draft ready or are absent for peer reviews, you will be docked 1/3 of a letter grade on your final paper grade. Thus, an A drops to an A minus, an A minus to a B plus, etc. The paper draft grade and the final draft grade are totally separate, however. Participation, 30 points, 10% of the total. As far as I'm concerned, participation includes just about everything. Attendance, doing the reading, completing assigned work, involvement in discussions. Like I said, everything goes into it. Let me assure you, if you're actively engaged in this course and doing the best you can to get everything done, it shouldn't be a problem. Final exam, 30 points, 10% of the total. The final exam will be pretty much like the other 2 tests, just cumulative. Okay? Moving on, attendance. Class attendance is required to accommodate unavoidable absences due to illness or emergency. You're allowed up to the equivalent of 2 weeks of absences, basically 4 days without penalty. Absences exceeding the equivalent of 2 weeks may result in a final letter grade reduction of 1 full letter. Absences exceeding the equivalent of 3 weeks may result in a final grade of F. I say may because I understand emergencies can and sometimes do come up. I handle those types of things on a case-by-case basis, okay? If you need to miss a class due to a university-sponsored activity or a religious holiday, that's fine. Just let me know as soon as possible, please. If you miss class for any reason, you are still responsible for the material and content of the class and for any assignment given for the next class. Late work. Late responses and papers will lose 20% credit. They will be recorded as a 0, that is an F in my grade book, until they are turned in. A missed quiz or test will be recorded as a 0, that is an F in my grade book. I handle makeup work on a case-by-case basis. Contact me immediately should the need arise. If you need any kind of accommodations, the Disability Resource Center can totally help you out with that. Though I believe you do still have to register with them in order to receive their services. Don't quote me on that. Once you do, though, they'll take real good care of you. I should know. As well as working with them since I've been an instructor, I was a client of theirs throughout my academic career. They took real good care of me. Likewise, if you need any tutoring, the Academic Success Center should be able to get you all the help that you need. They're great, and they're always happy to help.